Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Marikas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry. And Coach, the Tigers finished up their non-conference season this past week, winning 2 games, Friday night against Notre Dame of Maryland, and then on Monday, defeating Sacred Heart. And that was a game where you were down by 4 with 13:53 to go in the game. You then outscored them by 29 over those final 13:53 seconds.
Yeah, really excited the way we finished up the non-conference, here at home, and I thought that was probably our best 13 minutes of basketball. Look, we played a hard schedule, and when our staff and my boss, Steve Eigenberg, we put this together for a lot of different reasons, but the one thing we've tried to do is schedule aggressively so that maybe you can have that magical non-conference season. But the other piece is to find out a little bit more about your team before you get into conference play. So I think we were able to do that. You always want to be a little bit better. There's a couple we'd like to have back, but I certainly think some of the challenging environments we've played in are going to help us later on.
In the Sacred Heart game, Tyler Tejada became just another Tiger to score 1,000 points, 33 of them now. And he did it by basically taking over the game on the inside.
Yeah, he did a much better job of attacking the basket and not settling. And we're trying to go to him a little bit more, like after timeouts and coming on, to start halves so that we can get him a little bit more around the rim. I think what Dylan and Tyler should really think about is imagine if they could stay here and both become the all-time leading scorers in school history. I think that would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Right.
Wouldn't make Devin Boyd happy, but it would be awesome. Let's go to the College of Notre Dame game. And that was a game that you got to see your son, Ryan Scarry, score his first ever collegiate points. When that ball went through the hoop, were you in coaching mode or were you in daddy mode?
It's hard not to be in father mode, especially when you're watching him do all his hand gestures and everything else, and then he's all over social media for the next 12 hours. It was nice. It was nice to see. I told him he came home to watch the Patriots game with me, and I told him, "Hey, look, you're officially in the record book, and no one can ever take that away from you." So that was good.
He's now number 258th all time on the Tiger Division I scoring list.
He is not going to threaten Tyler or Dylan anytime soon for the scoring record.
Sacred Heart, back to that game. They were able, you jumped out to an early lead, double-digit lead in the first half. They cut it to 4 at halftime. What was your message at the half?
I thought we stopped attacking the basket, and we maybe settled for too many threes. And we needed to, like I said, hit some singles, play with a little bit better pace on offense. I was proud. I thought our defense, for the most part, was pretty good. They're a team that scores the ball a lot, and they were 3rd in the country in the percent of points that they get from the three-point line. So, 6 for 30 is a really good job of defending the three-point arc.
That's the end of non-conference play. Now we get to the interesting part. Well, it was interesting, but now a little more interesting as CAA play begins on Monday against William and Mary, one of the most high-scoring teams in the country. They're averaging 86 points a game. We remember Chase Lowe from last year, but they are a team that has brought in some transfers. They're playing at a very, very quick pace, which is the exact opposite of what you guys do. Should be an interesting ball game on Monday night.
Yeah, we'll take a couple days and come back for 3 days of practice and put a game plan together. Our guys will be excited for the challenge that's ahead of them down in Williamsburg, and we're expecting a hard-fought ball game.
And then Hampton, they're 6-7 after the end of conference play. I know you don't like to go and jump ahead, but what do you know about the Pirates?
Yeah, I saw them play the game down in D.C. a couple weeks ago. They played at the where we have the conference tournament, so I watched a little bit there. But quite honestly, we've got a lot of work to do on both those teams over the next couple days.
As you head into conference play and you look at where everybody is, the one thing you do know, you've played the toughest schedule of anybody heading into CAA play.
Yeah, that and $2 will get us a bet at the racetrack. Hopefully, it revealed some things for us, especially when you go on the road. We got to go on the road 9 times, and if we want to compete for a conference championship, which is what we want to do, you've got to be a good road team, and we're going to get tested with that right out the gate.
Do you like opening on the road?
I don't think it really matters. I mean, what I do like, and we appreciate the league. We got 5 at home when the students are back. We'd have liked 6 or 7, but you can't only have 5 or 4. 5's better than 4. So I like that piece.
Where do you see the conference at this point? I mean, if you look at the computer rankings, it's higher than it has been the last couple of seasons.
Well, I think it is because what was supposedly the bottom of the league has risen up, but I think it's really the league's better because athletic directors and presidents of a lot of teams have made more of a commitment, and you could see all of a sudden the league went from like maybe 18, 19 to high as 13, hovering around 14. So and that's the reason why. So we know there's going to be 18 tough games.
The other thing is you're on national television 6 times during conference play.
Well, we like that. We've had 4 so far, and then get another 6. It's always a great way to showcase our awesome university.
So 10 times this year the Tigers will have played on national television. And is that something that you can take as you try to recruit players down the line?
Yeah, absolutely. There's some things we'll show when we have guys on campus with videos and, the CBS Sports Network, the ESPN. Television is massive for us. Same thing with like our deal with Monumental. It's a huge thing for our program. There's no doubting that.
All right, the Tigers will take on William & Mary Monday afternoon from Williamsburg to start conference play. Don't forget they are back home at CQ Arena January 3rd, 6 o'clock to take on an always tough Monmouth team.
What did you ask for Christmas, Spiro?
I didn't get it. Any other questions?
Nope.
That'll do it for this edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. For the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry, who I'm sure got everything he asked for, I'm Spiro Marikas. Thanks for tuning in.